Okay, welcome back to the channel. Obi-Wan Kenobi here. We're going to take a look at the next kit. I decided I just did 2 aircraft, so we're going to jump right back into armor. And this is a kit that I've always wanted to build. I remember looking at the old images. I think it was on the back of a box art of some sort of dragon kit. There was an image of the Sa9 Gaskin as well as the ZSU-23 Shilka. And as you might... Oh, I actually didn't make a video of the Shilka, but I'll go ahead and post some pictures on here just to show you what I did with that. But I finished the Shilka, and next up is the Sa9 Gaskin. This is a Cyber-Hobby kit. This came out in 2012, and I think it's based on the mold. It is based on the mold from the Dragon kit from 1991. But I believe the plastic is new, so yeah, I think it's been updated in that regard. This kit also comes with 4 so-called motor rifle troops and probably new decals, though I'm not entirely sure. But at any rate, this is the kit we're going to build, and here's the instructions. I want to take a look at these instructions, and I had already looked at them. I noticed that they go a little bit out of order from our normal armor vehicles, so I wanted to kind of show you my plan for this vehicle in terms of order of operations, if you will. So we've got, step 1 and 2 dealing with the wheels, step 3 dealing with the rocket launcher here. I think what I'm going to do actually is start with the chassis area. So I'm going to go in this order. I'm going to go from 5, 6, 7. That will then take us to 10, where I'll mate the 2 surfaces together, the top and the bottom. And then from there I'll work on the actual launcher itself, 8. Then I'll jump back to 3. And then 9, and then 4, all of the details on top of the vehicle, and then finally ending with steps 1 and 2. So this kit is, like I said, it's out of order from what we're used to, and I kind of know my comfort level. I like to get the hull together as soon as possible and then put the details on. I don't want to put all the details on and then sit there and try to fuss with these 2 large halves. So given that that's the direction I like to build in, that's how I'm going to modify this. So yeah, if you're following along, that should be the plan. Alright, let's take a look here. Like I said, I did have a look at these already. I thought the molding was nice, was crisp. I will say there are definitely some things to fix on this vehicle. Looking at some of my walk-around references online. By the way, I do want to give a little bit of a plug. I am from the Bay Area in California, and we have a wonderful bunch of modelers here. And one of them, who I know, runs the Silicon Valley Scale Modeler website, svsm.org. And if you're ever looking for excellent walk-around photos, I would highly recommend checking out that page. I'll probably put a link up in the description or here on the page, on the video itself. Okay, svsm.org, check it out. But at any rate, okay, so what I'm going to look at here, a couple of things. I noticed that this is the top hole, and these should be periscopes here. And they've molded them without any sort of periscope lens or anything like that, and that's fine. But along the top here should be a thin piece of plastic atop each of these. So I think I'm going to add that for each of these slots, and then also add a thin piece of clear plastic to replicate the periscope. You can see it's kind of actually shown here on the box art. It's not really, accurate, but this is actually how it looks on the real vehicle. But you see there's a ridge here, and then this ostensibly would be the periscope itself. But they didn't build it that way here in the mold. That's alright. So I'm going to take care of that. There are some details in the launcher I think I do want to replicate. Also on the launcher on this section, we're gonna put these two pieces together, and there's gonna be a nasty seam all throughout. So I'm gonna really take care of that as well. There are some details on this section that I'm gonna want to fix up. I believe there are some bolts that stick out pretty prominently here, so I might add those. These gears here are not at all representative of what the vehicle looks like. There should be many, many more teeth on them. I'm likely to take it off, and I have a way of sort of making gears like this. So these are not this cage that holds the extra rockets, not very accurate. I don't know if I'm going to scratch build a new one. This is pretty darn intricate, and to be honest with you, I'm working on this armor build to kind of take a break from the complexity of the previous aircraft build. So I don't know if this is really, these kind of details are the kind of thing I want to go crazy on. I'm not likely to use the people. As I might have mentioned in previous videos, I'm not really comfortable working on figures. At some point I might dive in, but I'm just not there yet. Alright. I thought the rocket, I guess these are tubes, or I'm not exactly sure what they'd be called, but I thought these looked pretty good. There might be a few little things I can add to each of them, but I haven't had a look at that just yet. These details look fine. There are a couple of pieces on the whole surface where some of the details should be really like thin sheet metal. These pieces in particular. There should be a tank inside, and then there should be a piece of sheet metal. So that'll be something that I will probably fix. Again, it all depends on my mood as I'm working on it. Sometimes I do get more ambitious, though, as I'm building, so that's good. Alright. I might fashion completely new windshield wipers. I've never seen windshield wipers molded in plastic that were as thin or as small as they ought to be. So I'm likely to fix that as well. Otherwise, I mean, it really is a nice kit to start with, and if you didn't want to add any extra scratch building or super detailing or anything like that, you would come up with a really, really fantastic model. So I'm not trying to take away anything from this kit. There's some pen marks I'll go ahead and take care of. I know it's on the bottom of the vehicle, but I like to have the vehicle look right sort of no matter what angle you're looking at it, even if it's from the bottom. Alright, and the decals look okay. I do have some spare Russian vehicle decals, but I think these will be just fine. I'm going to most likely go with the Soviet version. I had considered doing some sort of Ukrainian vehicle, just with the events going on in the world right now. But I think I'm just going to stick with Soviet. Again, I don't want to go through the hassle of trying to find what a Ukrainian vehicle would look like in the period. And I think we're talking 1990s, 1980s, late 1980s, like early 1990s for this vehicle. All right, and then we have some rifles here. All right, and the tires look great. There might be a little bit of a seam going across. I know how to deal with that, so it won't be too much of an issue. That can actually usually be sanded down. It feels like the vinyl is pretty rough, which will help if there is a seam going across. Yeah, you know what? I'm not really seeing one, so that's fantastic. Good. If there isn't one, I won't worry about it. And just okay, we'll update on the instructions, and then our clear plastic, which looks a little bit foggy to me. Maybe, let's see what I can do. Maybe there's a coating on it. Or it's just, yeah, this is just the plastic. Okay, so I'm likely to replace this with clear plastic as well. It's a little more foggy and scratched up than what I want to deal with. Well, there it is, the Sa9 Gaskin. Really looking forward to digging into this. I think it's going to be fun. That's the trick here. I want to keep this one light and fun, get an opportunity to add some detail to it, you know, sort of update a little bit, but I'm not going to go, I'm hoping I won't go too crazy on it, but Sa9 Gaskin. All right, looking forward to seeing you in future videos. Please hit subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications of videos. You know the routine. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.